Conscious in Coorg, from blossom to brew, a surprise resurrection. We start our journey from Ooty to Coorg. We are so energized to be driving through the famed Western Ghats. Truly, a green renaissance for our tired and abused city souls. But the journey begins on a tragic note. News that our driver's sister has committed suicide hits us like those landslides we are warned about when we decide to go trekking in the mountains. How do we comfort our driver Nagesh? He keeps driving to Coorg with a stoic face. He doesn't have an option to get off here in these desolate wilds. How can Nagesh keep his cool and not break down? I wonder. I take a mental snapshot of his calm and sober face. Next time that I get hit by an adversity, I must remember to process it all calmly, not angrily or reactively as I always do, but calmly. We can't choose what happens to us, right? But we can definitely choose how to respond to it. She never told me anything, Nagesh says regretfully, shaking his head as we enter the gates of the Coorg Eco Resort. Her husband was completely unaware of what was going on. Unaware. That word swirls in my head as I sip my steaming hot jaggery coffee in the welcome area. The sound of a gushing waterfall, the blooming pink flowers all around. The family group excitedly starts taking pictures of the resort. So distracting. But I'm hypnotized by this word. Unaware. Unaware. Unconscious. What does this mean? We are so reactive to the outward events of our life that we are unaware of the negative energy we are sending out to the world. All the world's a stage, said Shakespeare, and all the men and women merely players. They all have their exits and their entrances. And one man, in his time, plays many parts. Why do we forget this when we come out of the theatres? We are not human beings trying to have a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Forgetting our true identities as spiritual souls, we become unaware and unhappy, identifying with the events of our life, identifying with our outward forms as man, woman, gay, straight, rich, poor, victim, victor. These are the false identities that only cause pain and suffering. Gorgeous drooping greenery, plantations of the most aromatic coffee, cardamom, pepper, beautiful streams, gushing waterfalls. Man, this is crazy. How can one take in so much of beauty in a couple of days? This beauty is to be enjoyed over an eternity. A rush of clouds envelops us as the buggy driver drops us to our cottage. A cottage beside the waterfall? I wash my hands with the aromatic handmade rose soap, wipe my feet on the natural rug, and sit on the bed to watch the grand flowing, murmuring waterfall. I realize that for the last 10 minutes, I haven't had a single thought. Not a single thought. Totally mind blown by the beauty and bounty of nature. What remained was peaceful, joyous consciousness. I had actually shed the excess baggage for a few stolen moments. Yay! From blossom to brew, here we are, inside the expansive resort kitchen for a coffee brewing session, from bean to cup, from body to soul. Isn't life very much like this brewing session? The crushing of the bean reminded me of the ex who told me that my body wasn't feminine enough. I felt so crushed at the time by his words. The roasting of the coffee beans reminded me of the casting director who told me I wasn't good enough to be the lead actor of his web series. I felt utterly roasted by his words. He took revenge because I hadn't compromised for my acting career. The filtering of the coffee reminded me of the audition where the impatient director kept shouting over the mic, "Less makeup, more makeup, make her nose leaner, less expression, more expression, be more flirty," making me feel that a good actor is just a filtered product. But as I close my eyes to savor the freshly brewed coffee, the big bad world vanishes. The ex, the casting director, the rejections, the injustice, all disappear like a dream. I just can't remember anymore because I have woken up. My soul feels resurrected. Life is just a game of dualities. If we forget that we are only actors playing a part, we are inevitably going to be unhappy. Aware that we are actors and not identifying with our roles, we can truly be liberated and happy.